And the search for the bodies of Israeli hostages in Gaza continues. Israel has now permitted Red Cross and Egyptian teams to search for the bodies beyond the yellow line in territory controlled by the Israeli Defense Forces. And reports in Israeli media also claim that even Hamas representatives have been permitted to enter IDF-controlled areas in Gaza to search for the bodies. As part of the current ceasefire agreement, Hamas has said it will return all hostages it abducted, but the remains of 13 are still in the enclave. Red Cross officials met with members of Hamas in Khan Yunis to discuss how to locate the missing dead bodies of Israeli hostages believed to be in Rafah. A government spokesperson said the Egyptian technical team and the Red Cross would use excavators and trucks for the search for the bodies in territory under Israeli military control. She did not mention the reports claiming that Hamas members were also permitted to enter the IDF-held areas.
Now, the Red Cross and the Egyptian team are allowed entry beyond the IDF's yellow line position into Gaza territory to conduct the search for our hostages. Last week, the Prime Minister and his professional team met with the head of Egyptian intelligence here in Jerusalem to talk about the ongoing issues that need to be resolved. One of those topics was why our hostages have not all been returned yet. We are working together to execute this plan and ensure Hamas upholds their side of the agreement.
Israel's Khan public broadcaster has reported that Israel does not know the location of at least 4 of the remaining 13 bodies. Israeli officials have insisted that Hamas could easily return a number of the bodies it is currently holding, even as the group has claimed that it needs assistance in locating and recovering them. Israel has insisted that it will maintain control of security inside Gaza despite the future deployment of an international security force. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told ministers that Israel would decide for itself where and when to strike its foes and which countries would be allowed to send troops to police the truce.
We also made it clear with respect to international forces in Gaza that Israel will determine which forces are unacceptable to us, and that is how we operate and will continue to operate. This is, of course, also acceptable to the United States, as its most senior representatives have made clear in recent days. Israel is an independent state. We will defend ourselves on our own, and we will continue to control our own destiny.
Netanyahu's comments came one day after U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio wrapped up his high-level visits by Washington officials. When asked about Netanyahu's comments, the government spokesperson put it more starkly. The Prime Minister has said it's going to be done the easy way or the hard way.
The Prime Minister has said, Joel, it's going to be done the easy way or the hard way, and Israel will have overall security control of the Gaza Strip. I'll point you back to the 20-point plan, which we continue to reiterate, which Israel remains extremely committed to as we have upheld our side of the agreement. Gaza will be demilitarized, and Hamas will have no part in governing the Palestinian people.
Israeli media has reported that the international force may include troops from Pakistan. And according to a report in the Ynet news site, members of the Knesset Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee were told during a closed-door briefing last week that the International Stabilization Force will be made up of soldiers from Indonesia, Azerbaijan, and Pakistan. Indonesia has publicly offered to send troops for the effort.